Since the second installment of Street Fighter, fighting game took the world by storm. A casual one-on-one couch fight with friends could turn into a competitive multinational tournament held yearly. However, if you were to type why fighting games are on YouTube, you'll probably find multiple results ranging from hard to struggling. Despite the numerous video essays on the matter, we're still witnessing a resurgence of the genre. For a product often labeled as a niche market, fighting games were able to gather enough attention to help the resurrection of older franchises such as Killer Instinct, Fighting EX Layer, Soul Calibur, and the upcoming Samurai Showdown. But as a whole, what makes fighting games so appealing to the general public? To the uninitiated, fighting games are a subgenre from the action game category. Usually in a one-on-one format, two players control their respective characters on screen for several rounds while in close combat. The goal is to deplete the health bar of the opponent. Appearing above the fighters, the health bar is used to show who got the advantage during the fight. The way you deplete said health bar is by using a concept similar to rock, paper, scissors, instead referred to as offense, defense, and technique. Throughout the years, the fighting genre refined this idea, pushing it to the point where a specific offensive chain results into a combination. On a professional level, this simple rule can lead to impressive matches showing off the dexterity and power of concentration of both players.
What's it gonna be?
Mix up out of that. Nice blocks from Infiltration. Infiltration tries to get in. He's sitting on all that bar.
And he gets the throw! Infiltration is your Evo champion!
He's done it! He's defeated Muto, coming back from loser's bracket, taking 2 sets in a row. Infiltration!
The characters are an important aspect of fighting games, if not the most. It's the first thing most people will think about when it comes to the genre. There's nothing better than the satisfaction of seeing your favorite characters declared as the winner of a match. It makes you feel as if you were the character itself. Over the years, fighting games spawned some of the most iconic characters in gaming. This success is partly due to their designs. It helps solve the question that every newcomer asks themselves.
Who should I pick?
And give them a reason to be invested. The way a character looks, if done right, can give you a good idea of how they act and behave. Ryu from Street Fighter might be simple in design, but with his white karate gi, red glove, and stoic nature, anyone can tell that he's someone who's ready for a fight. Compared to his counterpart Ken Masters, who sports a vibrant red gi with his untamed hair and cocky attitude, you can probably tell that he is also a martial artist but who's less dedicated to his craft. This design principle followed the characters sometime in canon, to the point that even if they grew up between games, they retain some elements from their previous incarnations, making them more realistic and show time progression in their universe. Crossover from established game series like Nintendo's very own Super Smash Bros. And Capcom's Versus series gets away with having the ability to take already established cast from their respective universe and mix them into a dream roster. The characters can also be what makes or break a game. Every time a roster changed drastically between games, it was often met with varied receptions. Street Fighter 3 New Generation and Garou Mark of the Wolves both came out with a cast composed of mostly new characters. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite infamously removed every X-Men related characters who were not only fan favorite but also staple characters for the series. Nowadays, companies start to reveal characters pre-launch to generate interest and make a sort of countdown to the game releases. There's a lot more to this, but we'll save that for another time. Besides, let's be honest, without characters there would be only mechanics and functions. Now that we have the characters, where are they from and why are they fighting? Even if the information does not help you during a fight, a backstory helps you make the characters feel really important for the people who are investing their time in playing them. Especially when you get a chance to test every characters in a lengthy story mode. Do you want to play as the wimpy Joe character who's trying to avenge his dad? Or would you rather play as the embodiment of violence, who first appears in the series as a secret boss fight? No matter how shallow it may sound, lore can influence our opinion about a character. You might have started playing Edgardo back in Tekken 3 for his revenge plot against Kazuya Mishima, and felt betrayed when the Tekken team turned him into a backup dancer for the newcomer to the series, Lucky Chloe in Tekken 7, hindering your initial hype you had for him. Of course, this doesn't apply to everyone, but for some, stories in fighting games are what makes them pick up the controller in the first place. The idea of little nuggets of lore can be revealed in every installment of the series creates excitement towards new games. Stories can push forward character revisions and even potentially change a character's moveset, creating varieties in characters from the same archetypes. Akuma, being the more experienced fighter and master of his own style, can throw his fireball from different directions. Ryu and Ken, not being complete masters but still learning from one another, can throw their fireballs in a more orthodox manner, with Ryu having more of an affinity for it than Ken. Meanwhile, Sean Matsuda, Ken's student from Street Fighter 3, struggled to even throw one. Story in fighting games matters much more than what people give them credit. It highlights the hidden details in characters and gives much more flavor to their pre-fight banter and win quotes. It is also a great feeling to see beloved characters interact with each other as we peek into their world to see the drama unfold. Fighting games are by nature light in content, so an extensive story is a welcome addition to the single-player experience. Now, imagine if you're at the arcades. The loud noises surrounding you. The lights flickering from the various machines. Suddenly, you hear something. Your curiosity gets the best of you and you go investigate. You discover an arcade machine playing the intro of Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. The demo plays catch your attention instantly, the music sending you into another dimension. The mix of visuals and audio tease you with the premise of, with a single quarter, you could become Wolverine, team up with Spider-Man, and take down Mega Man, who's teaming up with Shredder Hiryu. Music plays a prominent role in fighting games. It gives you subtle information about characters. Venom's theme, for example, implies fear. With its historic offbeat beginning, it gives you a rush of anxiety. The groovy nature of the track calls back to how he always moved back and forth during his idle animation. The overall beat gives you a sense of a predator stalking its prey, waiting for an opportunity to strike. On the other hand, there is Captain America, with his starred and striped patriotic anthem mixing hard-hitting sound. It gives you a sense of hurry, as if you had to protect the world from a pending doom. It might be reaching on my part, but the range of melodies, settings, and moods interwove into a symphonic maelstrom of pure hype. The music is a supplement to the games, and it goes even beyond that. There's a lot of information given to you with just the opening soundtrack before you even press start or insert a coin. No matter how cheesy it was, the opening theme song of vanilla Street Fighter 4 brought this feeling of getting back up after defeat, reflecting back at the time of its release when the West suffered from a drought of big fighting games near the end of the arcade era. Other than the music, the sounds effect can make any moment instantly energetic and fun, either by the sound of every parry's interstrike or anytime Cell scream in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Way to start off losers in order to beat Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox, however, needs to win one. So here we go. Oh, that was so loud. Talk to me. That was music to my earlobe.
Music and sounds are overlooked features of fighting game, and we will definitely come back to this topic in the future. The appeal of the fighting genre can simply be explained by how the gameplay itself feels. Every fighting games have a different mechanic and aesthetic that makes them stand out despite their increasing numbers. It is important to know that fighting games are easy to pick up, but hard to excel at. Anyone can grab a controller and button mash their way into victory. However, it takes patience and dedication to optimize the efficiency of every strings of attack into devastating combos. Fighting games are all about timing and predicting what your opponent wants to do. Shrugging them off a simple button masher prevents you from figuring out the depth of the games. Many newcomers give up because of the fact that nothing is left to chance. The only luck a player could have is if their opponent mistimed their combos or whiff a move. Even then, it's not something that we can call a luck-based event. It's the reason why competitive Smash Bros. Tournaments are played with item turned off and why stage with hazards are often banned. It's also the potential reason why Brawl, the third installment in the series, did not last long in the competitive scene due to tripping, a mechanic that occurs at random causing the characters to fall over. In recent years, a lot of fighting games became simpler to accommodate newcomers. Terms like auto combos and simpler button input might come to mind, to the detriment of the hardcore crowd who believe that losing and mastering the at times complex button execution is part of the process of getting better. It's a decision that could potentially increase the interest of a casual player base, assuring longevity to the games and remove them from their niche status. But that's wishful thinking, since sales and critical reception are sometimes unpredictable and a lot of fighting games get overshadowed by the bigger titles even if they get their cult following. Nonetheless, no matter how easy a game may be, the skill gap will always be a factor. Fundamentals are everything. The way you move and bait your opponent in the game will still matter even if you reduce the button inputs to 2 and remove the concept of combos. Either by the competitive nature or by the fun factor, fighting games have something for everyone. You're bound to find one that suits your playstyle and taste.
Whose ear is this?
Eats a back air. This is big. He recovers.
Oh,
The tournament winner.
Wow, everybody presses forward with the gray stick, and that's the end of EVO 2016. Oh! Wait a minute. Yo, wait, do not tell me we're gonna summon. Are we gonna summon? And Sonic Fox is your Dragon Ball Fighters Evolution 2018 champion. He's done it. He's done it.
All those years, Sonic Fox, back-to-back EVO champion.
The sense of pride you feel after beating your opponent with a combo you spent so much time practicing in training mode. The adrenaline rush you get when you're backed up into a corner and try to see an opening in order to make a clutch comeback. The pure excitement you get when a new game or character from your favorite franchise is revealed. As a fighting game fan, it gives you a reason to bond with people you barely know over a common interest. Of course, that feeling is not exclusive to the fighting genre. Yet, it is still something prominent in the communities that forms around this beloved genre. The community aspect is particularly strong, since it creates a form of hub where different people come together to test their might and even learn from one another, almost like in a dojo. The communities formed around this common interest make the genre more enjoyable and create sub-communities who share tutorials, combo options, art, commentary, and even comedic content that fuels the interest of newcomers and longtime fans. A sense of camaraderie can be birthed while you're playing with friends or with a stranger online. Sparring and pushing each other to become better is a great way to improve. It also reflects how the characters in the fighting games are themselves training and owning their skills. However, it does not always go this smoothly. A long time passed since the arcade era. Due to the internet and the console market, fighting games became more accessible and less gatekeeping occurred. Not to imply that it doesn't exist nowadays, but around 2009, it was common to find a group of people prohibiting newcomers from getting into fighting games, choosing to crush them instead of showing them the ropes. Because in order to be part of the culture, you have to prove your worth and let your skill talk for you. In a competitively charged environment, it is hard to avoid toxicity. But that should not distract you from enjoying your time and show what you're made of. No matter who you are or what you look like, if you got the talent, the world would listen.
here with the EVO 2017 Street Fighter V champion, Tokido. Everybody give it up.
Just one thing I want to say. Fighting game is something so great. Thank you so much.
We await your return, warrior.